In 2019, coercive control became a criminal offence under the Domestic Abuse Scotland Act 2018, which recognises domestic abuse as a pattern of behaviour and course of conduct crime. The Act also ensures the criminalisation of coercive control. With domestic abuse case numbers rising, it is important that as lawyers, we understand the different legal processes and laws, as well as the impact of trauma. Having a sound knowledge of the impact of domestic abuse on clients is just as important as knowing what laws to apply. This video will talk you through some important yet simple steps you can take to ensure the best outcome for you and your clients. Those who experience domestic abuse can be understandably nervous when contacting lawyers, whether it be due to previous negative experiences or outside threats in their life. It is important to be aware that clients may not be safe, as risks can continue to follow separation, so it can be helpful to signpost clients to services such as Women's Aid that can offer support. It is important to understand the history of the client and their experiences to get the right information from them and build a successful case. Domestic abuse is not about a relationship breaking down. The issue is an abuse of power, and it typically takes the form of a pattern of coercive control over many aspects of a person's life. Coercive control can involve many different types of abuse, including making someone dependent or subordinate to the abuser, isolating them from family, friends, or other sources of support, controlling, regulating, or monitoring their day-to-day activities, depriving or restricting their freedom of action, and subjecting them to frightening, humiliating, and degrading behaviour, all of which can have a detrimental cumulative impact on those who experience the abuse.
Over time, my partner changed me. He was controlling who I saw and when, isolating me from family and friends. I wasn't working and didn't have any money of my own. He gave us very little and controlled what it was spent on. It took a long time to leave, and even though we're not together now, he still manages to control me through the children. The kids are scared of him, and he's always asking them questions about me. He changes the times we have agreed for contact, and if he's late, I'm often worried that he won't bring them back. The kids cry before they see him, and it just makes me feel like the worst mother in the world making them go.
One of the most important things you can do for your clients is to build trust. Sometimes people who've experienced coercive control are really sensitive to situations where they feel they have no control again because it reminds them of being in an abusive relationship. It's important to offer as much choice and control over the legal process as possible so clients begin to feel safe. Listen to their concerns, acknowledge their fears, and consider what steps are possible to address them. The impact of trauma can make it hard to take in information, so communication is very important. Allowing extra time for appointments will help clients to process this information, as well as providing a written note afterwards. Practicing these steps can allow them to take control of the situation, to instruct you and help you build a stronger case.
I had seen a different solicitor before I left my partner, but I didn't feel able to tell them what was happening. I called the Scottish Women's Rights Centre helpline, and they reassured me that I could find a solicitor who understood domestic abuse. They were right. My solicitor gets it. She said our safety is her priority. At first, I didn't understand why the contact case would be heard separately to the criminal case, and it seemed unfair. But after hearing about the legal process and what to expect, I felt clearer about what lay ahead. Even though I wasn't sure what the outcome would be, it all felt more manageable, knowing what was going to happen and when.
Making small changes in your interactions can make a big difference to your clients. Making sure that your clients have the space to talk about what happened can take more time at first, but it helps to build stronger cases, to risk assess cases, and to provide clients with options and choices. Think about the ways that you can offer your clients a relationship that is the opposite of the abusive one that they have left. One where they feel empowered, a relationship that's collaborative and respectful. Be aware of the pace and tone you use. Think about body language and the environment you meet in. Things that may seem trivial, such as running late, can impact on your client's experience with you.
Before our first meeting, I was so nervous, and I nearly didn't turn up. I never knew when my ex was going to turn nasty, and after all that unpredictability, I can get anxious if I don't know what's happening. When I first went into the office, the receptionist greeted me and let me know my lawyer was running late and gave me a cup of tea while I waited. A small thing like letting me know she was running late helped me feel much calmer, which really helped me tell my story more clearly.
Trauma can affect memory, how it's stored and processed. This is why clients' accounts of domestic abuse can be patchy and change over time. Sometimes more information can come back to someone once they feel safer. Offering the opportunity to email or call after an appointment, if they've remembered something important, can be reassuring. It is important to let people tell you about events at their own pace. If you can, plan with your client what they might need to do to feel safe. For example, they might need a friend or other support person to come with them.
It's sometimes difficult for me to remember dates and events in the right order, but I know how important it is for the case. My solicitor was very patient and seemed to understand that discussing these events was difficult and upsetting.
It is also important to understand the impact these cases could have on you or your colleagues. Being aware of vicarious trauma is important both for your and their well-being. Offering regular supervision and checking in with them about how they are coping can assist you and your colleagues to achieve a healthy work-life balance. Every client, case and experience is different, but these small, easy changes to your day-to-day workings can make a huge difference. No matter the outcome of the case, your client should feel that their voice has been heard and that they were in control of their situation and felt empowered by you and your colleagues.